In this lesson, we are going to calculate and interpret what percent a quantity is of another. So the main point is that we're going to calculate and interpret percent. Remember, percent means out of 100. So in this first example, it says Mr. Lopez has 25 pencils. 6 of them are blue. What percent of pencils are blue? What percent of pencils are blue? Before we answer or can answer this question, we really have to understand the question itself, right? So I'm going to reword this question. So what percent of pencils are blue? What this means is if there were 100 pencils, then how many would be blue? Then how many would be blue? If there were 100 pencils, how many would be blue? Well, right now we know that we have 6. Oops, I don't know why I put 2. Right now I know we have 6 blue pencils. Maybe I could probably write that nicer. Okay, 6 blue pencils out of 25 total pencils. But the question is, if there were 100 pencils, how many would be blue? If we want to know that, then we have to set it up as a proportion. So 6 were blue out of 25 total. How many if there were 100 total? Well, right here I can just multiply or create an equal fraction by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 4. The reason I picked 4 was because I had to go from 25 to 100, and that is times 4. You could have also done times 2 to get to 50 and then times 2 to get to 100. Either way works. So this means right here, so actually let's put 24%. This is our answer right here. 24%. So 24% of pencils, of all the pencils, I think I can write that part better. Pencils are blue. In other words, if there were 100 total, then 24 would be blue. So to sum up what we did in this problem is it told us that 6 out of 25 pencils were blue. Then it asked us what percent of pencils are blue. What that means is if there were 100 pencils, how many would be blue? So we set up a proportion to make an equal fraction, and we multiplied by 4 to turn the 25 into 100 and the 6 into 24. Let's try one more. Sam has 18 yellow shirts, 2 red, 8 blue, 2 green. Oh, it doesn't list it, but there's 18 yellow. What percent of shirts are yellow? So here's the question again. What percent of shirts are yellow? What this means is if there were 100 shirts total, then how many would be yellow? Well, we know that right now there are, oh, it is right there. I don't know how I missed that. We know that there are 18 yellow shirts. Must be going crazy. But we don't know the total, right? So 18 and 2 give me 20. 8 and 2 give me 10. So 20 and 10 give me 30 shirts total. So if there were 100, how many would be yellow? Well, I want to get to 100. I'm going to put it over here. I want to get to 100 total. The problem is I can't multiply something like easily, at least in my head, to go from 30 to 100. So I am going to reduce this because it's pretty easy to get to a higher number if I reduce it first. Okay, so 30 divided by, 10. Okay, so let's divide by 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6 yellow. And 30 divided by 3 is 10 total. Oh, and that'll be easy. That's just times 10. And times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100. 6 times 10 is 60 are yellow, or would be yellow. So my answer is 60%. 60 out of 100. So if there were 100 shirts total, then how many would be yellow? 60% of, we're talking about, shirts are yellow. In other words, if there were 100 total shirts, then 60 would be yellow. So let's back up for a moment again. In this problem, there were 30 total shirts. 18 of them were yellow. It asked what percent, which means, well, how many would be yellow if there were 100? We know there's 18 yellow if there's 30, but we're not asking about 30. We're asking what percent. We're asking about 100. So I went ahead and reduced my fraction. And I could have divided by 6. I could have divided by 3. I just thought about 3 first. 30 divided by 3 was 10. 18 divided by 3 was 6. And then I used this 10 to get to 100 times 10. So I multiplied the numerator by 10, and I got 60 yellow shirts if 100 total, which means 60% are yellow. 60% of shirts are yellow. In other words, if there were 100 total, then 60 would be yellow. All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, one more. So Angel has cans of soda. What percent of drinks are not Fanta? Are not. The important difference in the ones before and this one is this not. So it says what percent are not Fanta. What this is asking is if there were 100 total, what are we even counting? Cans. Then how many would, remember this is not Fanta, so would not be Fanta? Well, we know that there are 10 and 4. We know that 14 are not. We know that 14 are not Fanta. Out of 40 total. Total. We're trying to once again get to 100 total. That's what percent means, out of 100. I'm going to have to reduce in this case because 40, I know what 40 times what is 100, but yeah, we'll probably have more difficulty with that. 14 divided by 2 is 7 that are not Fanta. out of 20. Oh, I forgot about the 2. Out of 40 divided by 2 is 20 total. And I can multiply by 5 here to get to 100. 7 times 5 is 35. So 35 would not be Fanta if there were 100 total. So that's 35%. What percent? 35%. So 35% of sodas, you can also put cans, are not Fanta. What this means is that if there were 100 total sodas, then 35 would not be Fanta. And that is it. Thank you.